couldn't really eat properly out of my mouth. And then what happened is I broke my 2 front teeth out, and I was so like ashamed. like what do? I need to do something. I can't go around like this. And so out of desperation, you know, I went down to Mexico because I thought that was my only choice. The hardest part was dealing with like what I had made a bad choice. I felt like I'd made a bad choice and went way out to this foreign place, and then coming back with this big piece of metal in my mouth, and I had a lisp, but I couldn't talk very well. And I felt like I'd made a real bad decision. But in the end, that ended up being like a lot more expensive because they just bailed on me. They did half the procedure and then they bailed. They literally bailed, and the company disappeared. It's almost like going to a buffet where you can't eat, you know? You're like, oh, all this information is good, but I'm like already in the middle of it. Like, I was to the point where I couldn't go back on my decision. I had to go forward. So the only way forward was to just find the best information I could find. And I finally found the 3-on-6, and I was like, this is the right thing. And talked to the doctor, and that's where I knew that was the right decision. When I talked to him and I could see him, and he was like, yes, and I looked at it and I just knew that was the right thing. The 3-on-6 just seems like a much better product. I just like the way it looks better instead of having like fake gums. The All-in-4 had like fake gums. I didn't really want to have fake gums. And I had talked to a bunch of other people and did a bunch of other scans and other local dentists in the area, and they had some other things they were doing, but they just weren't, it wasn't, I could tell it wasn't the right thing. It wasn't good enough.